All right, guys, welcome to mobility class. Today, you are going to need some type of ball. It could be a golf ball, some kind of lacrosse ball. There's a lot of mobility tools out there. Whatever you have around the house would work. You could use a can of tomato paste, anything that's round and hard. We're going to work on the feet today. I should title this one, Have Pain in Your Knee, Hip, Back, or Shoulder. This would be a great mobility class for you. We're going to look at the possibility that your feet are causing those problems. And it's very common. When your feet aren't working properly, your foot and ankle complex, I should say, that can affect the stability in your knees, the mobility in your hips, the stability in your low back, the mobility in your upper back, and lead to pain. So we want to work on the feet today. We're going to use some mobility balls. The smaller, the better, in my opinion, to get into those little in between the bones and really do the best. But if all you have is a lacrosse ball, that's going to work too. So, and then you also could use some lotion. We're going to massage our feet today, give us some self-love. This is one of my favorite practices. I did this consistently for probably a year, and I was really surprised at how much the function of my feet got better. I have really bad feet, and it's almost embarrassing that I have bunions. And but I worked on them, and it got better and better and better. My ankle mobility was horrendous probably 7 years ago, and when I started to work on it, it just it's unbelievable how much has improved. Now I can get down into a pretty decent squat compared to where I was before. So anyway, we're gonna start with some mobilization, working on some self myofascial release. So I'm gonna take my socks off, and we're gonna hit a couple different points on the foot, 4 specifically, and then we'll hunt around for some problem areas that you might have. So the 4 places that we're gonna hit are gonna be right under the kind of where the bunion would be in your foot, right at the front of the arch, right in the middle, and then right in front of the heel here. Then we're gonna go to the outside, and then again hit right under the foot, the ball of your foot there. So we're starting at the ball of foot in the arch, and then put some pressure on there. You don't have to put 100% pressure, but you want to put enough where that you can feel it. And for this one, we're just going to hold it for about 30 seconds. Just stay in that one place. Later, we'll hunt around for a spot in particular that might be hurt, painful. Running, jumping, all different things like that can cause some muscles in your feet to get tight. But for right now, we're just going to hit these problem areas in the arch of the foot. So we're just putting that pressure. After about 30 seconds, you can get some kind of a little bit of a release in the muscle. It just starts to relax a little bit. Sometimes you just have to breathe through the tightness. If it's really painful, just try to breathe into that tightness. And I just go by feel. I don't have a timer on or anything like that. But if it feels good, starts to relax a little bit. That's kind of my point. It takes at least 30 seconds. So you don't want to just be on there for 15 seconds. That's not going to do a whole lot. So I'm going to move to the middle of my arch now. Again, putting pressure on it, but not so much pressure. You don't want to be in like extreme pain. A lot of times, the first time you do this, it's like, oh, that hurts. It hurts. It should hurt a little, but we don't want to be a 10. Somewhere between a 5 and a 7 is plenty. So again, just breathing in. If it's painful, I know when I first did this, oh my gosh, I could barely touch my feet with a ball, and it was so painful. But now I can put quite a bit of pressure on it, and it doesn't hurt. So again, just breathing in into that muscle, into that pressure, just getting it to relax a little bit. There we go. And then we'll go into right in front of the ball of your foot, but still on that arch side. And put some pressure there. I did these with golf balls for years, and that was um, probably the most effective for me. I mean, definitely like I graduated to that. I didn't start with that. I started with a lacrosse ball, which was still pretty firm, and then worked my way into golf balls. At my old gym, one of the members was a golfer, and she brought me in about 20 golf balls one day. And so we had golf balls for everyone. Um, Now it almost seems a little taboo, like we can't share our mobility tools without sanitizing them, of course. Um, but I don't have any golf balls right now. So, but I do like this. This one is by Rad, and it's firm but not rock hard like a golf ball. So it feels really good. I also have this other one. This is a spiky one. I really like this for massaging my whole foot. So this is gonna separate the fascia a little bit more, and I love this one too. I'm not sure who this one is by. All right, let's move now. So we're gonna go back to the ball of the foot, but on the outside by the pinky toe, right here. Hang out there for a little bit. Surprisingly, none of these spots are really painful on me right now. I know that for some people it can be, but endure the little bit of pain for a few seconds, and it'll feel a lot better in the end. So basically, today what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some fascia release. All right, mobilizing try to mobilize the foot a little bit, getting it to work better. We're gonna give us a little massage. We're gonna do some toe yoga or toga, and then we'll do some strengthening exercises, getting all these muscles to work again. And the idea here is that we're trying to improve the foot function, the communication between our feet and our core, improve the mobility in the ankle complex, and then which will allow us to move more efficiently in the ankle, which will take off all that pressure on the knee that stabilizes and ends up locking up and almost hurting the hip and the back and all that. So super important that we mobilize our feet. All right, let's move to the other side. Again, starting on the inside here of the arch, right inside on the ball of the foot, on the inside of that arch. This foot's notoriously a little bit more of a problem child for me. I think just recently I was doing some jumping, and I kind of tweaked my foot. It's more in the middle, but I'm looking forward to working that out with this in just a little bit. So, and I went snowboarding yesterday. So, hitting those massive kickers, 30, 40-foot airs. No, no, I did not do that. Back in my day, I used to do it a little bit, but they built a jump at Cannonsburg, and we were looking at it, but some kids were going off of it, and they couldn't get enough speed to clear it. So that did not look like a good idea at all. Cannonsburg just can't get enough speed there, I guess. Kind of funny. All right. If you're feeling a little bit of release, you can move to the next position. If not, just hang out there for a little bit longer. It's okay. Everybody's a little bit different. I'm gonna move to the arch of the foot now. It's a little bit tighter for me. I think I'm gonna like hanging out here. If you're looking for other mobility classes, I do have more on YouTube. I've been recording this class every week, so I've got some really good ones. Doing some decompression breathing, some pails and rails for the shoulders, the hips, the back. Ooh, this feels good. That's another thing we're going to do today. I forgot is pails and rails for the ankle. So that'll be fun. All right. I'll move into the arch, but at the heel. Sometimes you got to hunt around just a little bit and find where any tightness is. So there, for me, it's just a little bit more inside, not so much outside. Yeah, right there. Mm. So this technique I learned from Dr. Emily Splickle. If you want to look her up, um, she does a course in barefoot training that I went through, and it's a certification. So I'm a barefoot training specialist. But man, it was fascinating. It was just really cool. She's a podiatrist, and this is her specialty. She also hosted a weekend seminar that I went to that was a lot of fun. It was like a barefoot training summit, and she brought in practitioners from all over the country that we just talked about feet all weekend and the importance of healthy feet, mobilizing your feet to reduce the chance of injury in the knees and the hips and the back. All right, we're gonna move to the ball outside of the ball of foot. Find again, hunt around for that spot that's maybe just a little tender right now. Again, don't give it too much pressure, just enough. You might be able to tolerate a little bit more than you did earlier. And breathe into that tightness. Mm. That feels really good. There we go. Sometimes you get just a really nice release where it's just like once you've left, put the pressure on there for 30 seconds, it's almost like, it just, you just feel this like complete relaxation, and that's so nice. Hopefully you're getting there. If you don't, like, trust me, with a little bit of practice, you will. I'm going to switch balls. You can keep the same ball if you only have one ball, because now we're just going to massage around the entire foot. So um, now we're just hunting around for any particular area in the foot that might be tight. And for me, I know I got a couple spots that I'm looking forward to working on. And a lot of times it's like right in the middle of your foot, but everybody's different. Hunt around on that heel. So you're just looking a little bit everywhere, going back and forth. Might be some areas right in the middle under the heel there, or even more into the arch of the foot, but in the center. And that's where I'm at. And I'm gonna again just put the pressure on there. Hold that for 30 seconds, and then I'll massage it around a little bit. Again, this ball, the ball that I'm using is a spiky ball. So that when you're rolling it, it really helps to separate the fascia. So basically what we've got when you find these knots is our fascia should move like silk, and our fascia surrounds all of our muscle fibers, and then it also basically encapsulates all of our muscle tissue, soft tissue, all of that, even our organs. In but it can get stuck, and it's mostly water cells. And so a lot of times if we're dehydrated, it can become stuck, or if an injury happens, what our fascia will tighten up to protect that area, and then we have to manipulate it to break up the scar tissue in that area, because that's basically what scar tissue is fascia that's been locked up and isn't moving to protect the injury. So I'm just going to massage this out a little bit. Again, if you might hunt around, maybe you have multiple spots on your foot, you know, you can work those areas. If not, let's hunt around on this other foot. Again, I like to go from the heel and just kind of go back and forth all the way down. Into the midfoot, all the way up into the ball of the foot. This one's a lot better. A little area right there. Yeah, right there. All right. I'm gonna hang out here for about 30 seconds. I was actually pretty fortunate to have worked at a gym that one of the owners is considered, one of his nicknames is the fascia doc. And that was his thing, was fascia manipulation. And he helped build this company called Rock Tape, which is a kinesiology tape company, but then they also morphed into an education company, and now they do just all kinds of certifications. And I did get a couple of certifications from Rock Tape, performance movement taping. But just learning from him all these years, I've learned so many little tricks of the trade and fascial manipulation. It's been quite the honor. But Dr. Steve Capobianco, he's another one. If you want to look him up or follow him on Instagram, he posts a lot of really good stuff. Of course, Rock Tape. Rock Tape is another good one for any kind of fascia manipulation. So, all right, just kind of roll out a little bit more. If you need to look around for another spot, if you have it. If not, we're gonna move on. Grab your lotion or whatever you have. I'm gonna use, this is a CBD infused massage oil, and I love this stuff. The CBD helps to relax the muscles, and it relieves pain as well. Also reduces anxiety. But using it on your feet, it absorbs into your body very quickly. And so I love using this. And we're going to be massaging our toes and getting in between the toes. So you want something that's a little bit, you know, as slippery as possible. So maybe not so waxy. So if you're using a salve that's super waxy, it might be a little bit more difficult. You want something that's gonna slide a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and sit down here, and we'll start on one of the feet and get yourself lubed up. And we're just gonna start to massage the feet, get everything covered. in your oil or lotion or whatever you have. And then start to like massage in between the toes. All right. And then we're going to grab the digits and pull and pry back and forth each one. So pull and pry, pull and pry back and forth each one. And I like to do this a minimum of 5 times. Sometimes I do 10. It really just depends on how much time I have. We're going to go down through each digit. Pulling and prying. Oh yeah, these little guys, they need a little stretch. I actually haven't worked on this in a while. You know, you get busy, you doing so many other things. Feels good to do this again. All right, I've worked all the way down through every one. Massage around a little bit, and then we're gonna work your fingers in between every one of your toes. All right. So now I've got basically my fingers are worked through my toes, like so. So I'm gonna work in there and just massage. And again, we're actually trying to separate these toes a little bit, get them to spread out. Massage the arch of your foot while you're doing it. All right, and then we want to work into the heel. So if you look at your heels and your heel is really dry, then you might have some issues with some uh, since the skin isn't moving, then that can restrict your mobility. And so massaging the oil or the lotion into those heels to keep that nice and supple is going to really help. So your skin is actually fascia. It's just, you know, it's the toughest layer of fascia. And we need to keep our skin supple so that all this fascia is moving. And you can massage around everywhere in here. Get all the way up into that Achilles. If you're really dry and cracked here, you know, your Achilles could be at high risk of injury. And so again, you want to have the skin should be, you know, pretty smooth. There shouldn't be, you know, really any dryness on your heels. Luckily, I've been able to work on this over the years and prevent that. All right, guys, let's move on to the other foot. Might do some oil wrestling later. Man, this mat's gonna be nice and greasy. All right, again, we're gonna massage between each one of the toes. Get everywhere covered there, and then start to pry and pull. Doing that at least 5 times each way. Oh yeah. And work your way down each one. Ooh, yeah, that one's tight. Now the key to this is to get somebody else to do it for you. That would be the most ideal. Be like, "Oh, honey, come here. I need you to do something for me." Hey, teach them how to do it. You got to empower your significant other to, to be able to take care of you, right? That's actually a great idea. I just came up with that. I'm definitely gonna use it. All right. So I've worked down to that pinky toe, and now I'm gonna start to massage in between the toes again, trying to work in between those toes, all the fingers, get some separation here. A little massage. I like to, while I'm doing it, I massage the arch of my foot. And we'll work into that heel. Really massage around. Make sure you're massaging all the way up the Achilles. So all the way up here, especially if you're dry, want to work that oil or lotion in really good. That can be a problem child for so many people. I had a client that tore his Achilles, and that's one of the worst injuries that you can ever have. And he was in a wheelchair, so we trained, started him off in a wheelchair, and then worked him out of the wheelchair. Like, it was, that was a painful recovery for him. You don't want that. So take care of your body, and it'll take care of you. All right, you guys. Hopefully you're feeling good. You got a nice little massage there. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of more static stretching with the feet. So this is a little bit of toga. Hopefully I don't get too slippery. Just a second. All right. I mean, I want to do some oil wrestling, but I don't really want to demonstrate that right now. All right. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is bend all 5 digits forward or back like this. So you're just going to hang out there. We'll hang out here for about 30 seconds. So you got all your toes back, trying to cram them underneath. So we're getting a nice little stretch there. Top of those toes. Mm-hmm. Hanging out here for about 30 seconds. And we'll switch to the other side. Woo. And relax. All right, so this next one we're going to do is we're going to have the big toe forward and all the other toes are going to be bent back. So you might have to manipulate a little bit. You can bring that big toe forward and then all the other toes are going to go back. Don't put all your weight should be on your stable foot, but we're just getting a nice little stretch there, kind of separating those toes. Again, holding for about 30 seconds. Ooh. And come out of that. Ooh, shake those out. We'll go to the other side. Sometimes you just got to manipulate a little bit to get into the best position. Some people have like all the control in their toes, so they can just do splits with their toes. I'm impressed. I think my foot function got bad when I was very young, and so, but I've worked hard at it, and it's gotten a lot better. But my feet look like my grandma's feet, for sure. Oh yeah. All right. Now we're going to go the other way where the big toe is back and then the rest of the toes are forward. So we're going to go here. Again, you might have to manipulate. I do. But now we're going to have all those little toes are going to be forward. Curl this big toe underneath and then get a nice little flex there. Whoo, yeah. All right. All right, coming out of that, we'll do the other side. Yep, 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 yep. I love it. All right. Woo. All right, shake those digits out. We're gonna move into a little bit of some pails and rails. So for pails and rails, basically, um, well, actually, what we need to do first is cars. So cars is part of pails and rails. So we're gonna do some controlled articular rotations. We're gonna do the ankle, Basically what we're going to do is we're going to create tension all through the body, and then we're going to take our ankle through the entire range of motion, almost in a circle. So we'll have our foot flexed and up, we'll push it down, rotate in, come up, out. And then we'll do that twice, and then we'll reverse directions, come in, press down, out, and up, and we'll do that twice. All right. But the key here is maintaining tension throughout the body. So we're going to tighten our calves, our quads, our glutes, our core, our chest, our back, our arms. Flex this foot up and turn it out. And then you're going to press down, turn it in, come up and out. Down, in, up, and out. And then reverse directions. Keep that tension high in your body. Go in, down, out, up, in, down, out, and up. Shake it out. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. So create tension all through your body. This foot is flexed and turned out. Tighten the calves, the quads, the glutes, the core, the chest, the back, the arms, and press down. Go in, up, out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up, out. Reverse directions. I think I did that 3 times, but down, out, up, in, down, out, and up. All right. So now that we prepared the ankle, now we can go into our pails and rails. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to flex, and we're going to get into the deepest stretch that we can in our ankle here. All right. When we do this, we want to set up by screwing our foot into the floor. So we're going to kind of externally rotate this tibia. All right. Our arch will come up. We want to press down the big toe and try to put some pressure between the heel and that big toe to tighten the arch. Okay. Then we'll go into the stretch, and we're going to hang out here in this position for 2 minutes. Okay. From there, then, excuse me, I got to get this timer going. From there, what we're going to do is we're going to create as much tension as we can, just like we just did with the cars, and we're going to press into the ground as hard as we can. So we'll press down into the ground as hard as we can, and then we'll do that for 10 seconds, and then we're going to pull up. So we'll pull our toes up to our shin so that we go deeper into the stretch for 10 seconds, and then we'll relax. We'll have a deeper range of motion in the ankle, and we're going to hold that for another 2 minutes. Okay. So screw your foot into the floor. All right. Lift those toes up, press the toe down. Again, we're trying to create pressure from the big toe to the arch. Okay. And then we're going to rock forward till we find just that end range wherever you're at. And we're going to hold for 2 minutes in this position. And I know 2 minutes is a long time. You might have to put your hands down. You might grab a table, grab a chair, anything that you need, whatever it takes just to be able to hold this position. Again, we're not trying to kill ourselves here. The pain threshold should be about maybe a 5 to 7, definitely not a 10. All right. So this is just an end range hold. This isn't, we're not trying to fight to get more range right now. So it's just a nice stretch at the end range. And we're already over a minute in, so we're doing good. Again, if you need to breathe into that stretch. You might have a lot of tightness in that Achilles tendon, in the calf. You might be feeling it. Everybody's a little different. Just breathe into that tightness. Got about 30 seconds to go. Once we're ready, we're going to ramp up our tension. Again, we're going to push the ball of our foot down into the ground as hard as we can. We'll do that for 10 seconds, and then we're going to lift our toes up to our shin as high as we can and kind of like gain this new range of motion. All right, ramp your tension up, tighten the calves, quads, glutes, core, chest, back, and arms, and push down into the ground as hard as you can. Push, 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 push. We're pushing for 10 seconds. Come on, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, and raise those toes up to your shin as high as you can. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up. Keep raising, keep raising, keep raising. Pull, 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 pull. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, and hold. So now you've got a new range of motion. We're just going to hang out there in this new range. Whew. I know. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. You guys are awesome. Good job. I'm going to hang out here for a couple minutes in this new range of motion. So we're basically just increasing the range of motion of the ankle and increasing the strength in the ankle. And that is what's going to improve our mobility. So incrementally, a little bit at a time, you'll start to improve the stability and mobility of your ankle, and that will drastically improve the stability in your knee, the mobility in your hips, stability in your low back, mobility in the upper back, kind of all, it's like going right up the kinetic chain, and the stability in your shoulder. Oh, yeah. Doing good, you guys. Got about another minute to go. I definitely saw a little improvement there. Felt good. 20 more seconds. Three, two, one, and slowly come out of that. Woo! I'm gonna go ahead and stand up and shake it out a little bit. I know, that's nasty. All right. Oh, we'll get back into the other side. All right. So now that you got a little blood flow going back into that leg, we're going to go and put the other side through the same thing. So again, screw your foot into the floor, lift those toes up, press the toes down. Don't hammer them down, but just press them down so you can tighten the arch here. And then you're just going to rock forward, find that end range. We're going to hang out here for 2 minutes. I always start up here and then end up down on my hands because I get tired. But it's just the way it is. Like I said, I haven't done these ones in a while, so I'm not as conditioned as I once was. But I'm definitely going to practice these more often. This is one that I need to implement in. It's funny because I think it's sexier to say, oh, we're going to work on the low back today. Everybody wants to work on the low back. I don't know why I said it's sexier, but that's what people are attracted to, oh, fix my low back pain or fix my hip pain. But when you say, oh, we're going to work on foot mobility today, it's like they don't want to hear it. And so I think even for myself, I haven't done a foot and ankle mobility at all recently. So, but it's the most important thing. So I need to do this more often. All right, we're about another minute here. Is that right? I think so. Yeah. Another minute. Oh, yeah. We're going to get some more range out of this one for sure. This is my stronger side, actually. My other side is my knee. My meniscus is gone in my knee, so that's a little bit of a problem side for me. So all right, you guys, we're going to ramp up our tension, tighten the calves, the quads, the glutes, the core, the chest, the back, the arms, and press down into the ground as hard as you can. Press, 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 press. Keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing. Press as hard as you can. Keep pressing, keep pressing, keep pressing. And lift those toes up. Lift, 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 lift. You're basically bending your knee forward more, lifting your toes up. Lift, 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 lift. Get that big stretch, and now hold that. We're gonna hang out here for 2 minutes. That deeper stretch. I got significantly more here. It's awesome. But again, this is my better side right now. Until I get a knee replacement, which I do not want to do. Just relax. Again, breathe into that tightness. Feel that stretch all the way through the Achilles, up into the calf, onto the arch of your foot. Hang out here for about 30 more seconds. All right, slowly start to work your way out. Oh, yeah. And shake that tension out. Oh, I know, I know, I know. All right. So I know we're running a little long, but there's a couple things more that I do want to do, and these won't take long at all. So just a little bit of strengthening for the ankles and the feet. After you do all this stretching and massage, the myofascial release, and then we just did the PAILS and RAILS, which is a really good thing for strengthening and range. We still need to move the joint through the range of motion. And so if you got that ball still, we're going to take this ball and we're going to place it in between the toes. Sorry, I'm going to turn my butt to you, or in between the heels. Sorry. So right at your heel. Oh, and I'm pretty greasy, but you want to stick this in between the heels and pinch it together, and then we're going to raise up onto the toes. All right. So you're pinching in and then raising up onto the balls of your feet. Get up as high as you can. Pinch and raise. Pinch and raise. We do this 15 times. and 15. All right. And then we're going to go with 2 feet up and then 1 down. So with our feet straight ahead, under our hip, so about hip distance apart, we're going to go both feet up and then put all the weight on 1 foot and then come down. Both feet up, heels up, sorry, and then 1 down. So we're just coming up on both, transferring our weight onto the other one and coming down. So it's almost like a negative. And we'll just do 10 of these on each side. I'm already at 5, 7, and 10. Other side. Come up. Oop. Always my bad side. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Whew. All right. Those calves should be on fire. Let's just go ahead and test your squat. I just want to see how you feel squatting. So just to see if you've got maybe just a little bit more stability, if you feel more solid. Again, use that same technique where we screw our feet in the floor, lift those toes up, press them down, tighten the arch of your foot, and then just pull yourself down into your squat. Just see kind of where you're at, what kind of depth are you getting in your squat, and maybe just do like 5 squats. Just see kind of where you're at. Are those feet feeling more active? Then we're doing the right things. That's the idea here, is that we are trying to make the feet so they're more active in our lifts. So when we do our squats, when we do our presses, swings, all those types of things, we're utilizing the feet to increase the communication between our feet and our core, and we're going to get more results in all the lifts that we do. So thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry I went a little long, but I hope you have a great day. If you like it, give me a like on the video. Subscribe to my channel. Talk to you later. Peace.